Hello, today I am with Ahmed Abdi from Somalia. Thank you so much for joining me, Ahmed. Please go ahead and share your water story.
My name is Ahmed Yusuf Abdi. I am from Somalia. I am here sharing my story of water in Somalia. Uh, Water is a very important when it comes to cooking, cleaning, and drinking, and also irrigating our farms. But in Somalia, water is a very scarcity, and some people get little water and not enough water in some cities and even in big cities, and they have a shortage of water. They can't manage waters to distribute all the residents of cities, and in the recent years there have been a problem with water. And for example, uh, droughts and climate change affected how water, how community uh, fetches the water. Some people, like for example, in countryside, uh, the people, particularly women, make make it vulnerable to fetch water. They can walk as far as like 10 kilometer or 15 kilometer a day to fetch a water to make their house livable. So that is what water means to Somali community. Uh, Another thing is that water is used to um, to irrigate our farms and our land. And in the recent years, floods sometimes water become offer. And for example, when it comes the rainy season is the water become fluid, and it affects the community other side, and it has the side effects like it erodes the soil, it erodes the farms, and water effect is also when they are becoming offer and offer too much. When they become offer too much, they have an effect is another effect is that is to erode the soil, to erode the farms, to erode the land, to sweep off to sweep out cities, bridges, and people residents. And in some cases, the recent floods in southern Somalia, we have uh, floods that killed more than 100 of people and swept away schools and bridges and even submerged some cities under the water. So that the water sometimes they are very important, and other time they are very risky to to uh, to uh, to receive water when it becomes rainy. And in Somalia particularly, the water starts very too much, and the life is 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 dependent on. Uh, in some areas, particularly where make the donors wells, they even can't be continue the work. For example, uh, NGO can come some big far cities, far cities or far rural areas. So they dig a well, so that that well can't be maintained at least 5 years consecutive. After 2 years, it's broken, and the community that depends on that well, for example, may may not be uh, uh, may not be very or or what should I say? Uh, it is dependency can't be relied on, uh, you know, so that we need to get the water uh, 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 as like other countries, developed countries, and and even and even a very uh, drinkable water. What I mean drinkable water is uh, pure water that has no effect on unhealthy and purified water, and even the people who get the pure water, they didn't get purified water for the tap from the taps. So that we need our government from the support of international community uh, to reach every level of the cities, every rural, to have adequate water, to have a purified water, so that can rest, so that people can't go far away to fetch a water, so that our girls and our boys are to be safe from harm or from something to be happen them. That's what we are looking water to be means for us. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing. That was a really powerful example. I heard you talk about how women have to travel to collect water, and we've heard similar stories from our delegates in Afghanistan. Also about the crops and the necessity for irrigation. We've heard about that from delegates in Peru. So this is obviously a very big global issue. I know Somalia is a very dry country and it does not rain very often. Can you tell me a little bit more about, for most people, what does rain mean? Does it have a special significance because of how rare it is? And do people cherish the water especially, or is overuse of water a big challenge in Somalia?
Joe, so sorry. Can you repeat it again?
Yes, of course. I wanted to
Sorry.
ask, since Somalia is a dry country, not a lot of rain,
Yes.
do people cherish water more, or is misuse or overuse of water a big challenge in Somalia?
Can't get that question. Can you just maybe little bit elaborate? Or
Of course. Um, I can also read it out.
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you write it. Okay.
Basically, it's saying how, since there's not a lot of water, do people change their mindset and appreciate water a lot more?
Of course, as I said before, uh, people they are waiting. The rainy season is a very, very, very a much. Particularly in Somali community, we have 4 seasons. So we said, good, that is more people, more rains come, and that is the when the people very waiting on the rain and readying their farms, even those who are farmers and digging their farms to be ready the the rain to come and to cultivate their farms. And those who are herding their livestock are also waiting that the rainy season to come. And yes, they are cherished. They have we have some celebrations for the rain to come. And even in Somali community, and the men and the women who wanted to marry may wait the rainy season to come, so that when the rainy season come and livestock and everything and is and the rainy season, and what I say, grass growth grows, and also the water is everywhere in the on the land, and that's when even marriage is become happen, and that's when people become more cherished for the rainy season, and otherwise uh, uh, otherwise is overused, big issue in the country. Of course, sometimes we overuse the people, the water, particularly in big cities, and that's sometimes an issue, and particularly sometimes we some people, some of our people might hold the idea that we are neglecting our rainy water. For example, we didn't catch the rainy water suitable, and didn't and some what I said, some rivers overflow all the year, and then people can't get the benefit of that um, water overflowing. So that when it comes to uh, the drought, they are complaining about that thing. So that we think the offer use is something existing, but not that too much, and compared to other countries.
Thank you for sharing. I think hearing about drought is very powerful. One last question, because you mentioned drought. As the world gets hotter, rain becomes even more scarce, and it's difficult for people to get water very frequently. So how have you seen climate change impact water in Somalia?
Yeah, good question, Joe. Uh, you know, uh, Climate change is not an issue only in Somalia. It's an issue all over the world, even in the United States, even in Japan, even in Europe, even in other African countries. You know, so that the climate change has impacted water in Somalia very severely, very severely. And for example, we can say that water, when it comes drought, what happened, what caused the drought is climate change. For example, our forests are dangerous to be arrested, to be eliminated, and
Thanks for sharing
even
about.
the groundwater. Huh?
I think so too. I think droughts, and especially when you talk about the rainy season goo, there's more flash flooding because of climate change.
Yeah, that's and in we are talking about the droughts and climate change. Uh, that causes very big issue in water in Somalia. The groundwater become very deep, so that can't be reached. And the water overflow, they become dry. That's the problem of climate change in water. So the people who are in rural areas, they don't have water, they can't travel much, so they become overcrowded on the cities, and where they can find water, and sometimes they can cause a conflict, because when 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 people who are need water, who are traveling water, who are dealing with winter water, go somewhere that have a little water, they can face a resistance against that other people they go. So sometimes it it cause a conflict over a scarce of water or shortage of water, and other and otherwise And conversely, when the good and the rainy season comes arrived, uh, the water becomes overwhelming. So they swept away farms, schools, cities like that. So the other way, these two, when it becomes shortage and when they are becoming an over, and those they become negative, both of the situations. So that's how the climate change impacted in water in Somalia. The other one, it becomes very zero water. It can cause conflicts when uh, the tornado and other climate change become water become overflowed, so it causes and houses and destroyed, schools destroyed, bridges destroyed, farms swept away. So that's the problem of climate change in water, particularly facing in Somali communities.
That was really powerful to hear about, especially how all the water impacts and how people are moving from rural areas to the cities, but it's leading to conflict. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing.
sometimes yeah, and that needs much research to be done. For example, the climate change and conflict nexus and security nexus. So that's people tend to not uh, have a conflict before the climate change, you know, become aware. So, but in recent times, the climate change become a very hot topic. Uh, yeah, climate, very become very severe. Our community, the road become long. Water is scarce, become very scarce. So that the water become a necessity. A necessity means to to hold on, so that if some community or society that staying somewhere that have a water, they can protect all the means that water from other people that coming. So that's how they cause the conflict.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your water story today, Ahmed. I really appreciate your time. Have a wonderful day.